All right. So we're solving 2 sine of theta plus 1 equals 0. And I want the answer over the interval 0 degrees to 360 degrees. Okay, let's see what you remember. Do you remember what it means when there's like brackets and parentheses with this stuff?
Including 0, not including 360.
Yes, so this is including 0, this is not including 360, or as Carly was saying, this is closed circle, and that would be open circle. Everybody okay with that? Okay. Does anybody know why they specify where they want their answer?
It's the same thing in this case.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean 0 and 360 are the same thing in this case?
Yeah.
So they're just saying whether to call it 360 or 0 in this one, but anybody know why they're limiting you to between 0 and 360?
Because otherwise you have infinite answers.
Right. Imagine a graph of sine. I'm hoping at this point, hopefully your brain hasn't completely died over break, and that you're realizing that sine is doing this, like a worm, right? Back and forth. And if we have it saying what's equal to this, it's going to keep on hitting that over and over and over. So there'll be lots of answers, and this just says it only wants the answers between 0 and 360. Including 0, not including 360. All right, let's solve it like normal. What do we do? Minus 1. And then? Divide by 2. All right. This is almost just like that benchmark I gave you a long time ago. Where is the sine of theta on your unit circle negative 1/2? Do it with your partner, please. Where is the sine of theta negative 1/2? You're so cool, whipping out 2 unit circles at the same time. Did you guys get 210 and 330? Ta-da! Yep. Let's do another one. Example 2. I know you thought I was exaggerating when I said this was going to be a breath of fresh air, but sometimes it actually is. All right, next. Sine of theta tangent theta equals sine of theta. And again, we're going to go from 0 to 360. Also, by the way, the 0 to 360 tells you that your answer is going to be in degrees, not radians. Ideas?
By sine, so you have tan equals 1.
Sure, although you would lose some answers then. So I would suggest instead putting it all on one side, then factoring it out.
Okay.
Just like if this was, imagine if this was like 3x and this was x. If I just subtract it onto that side, it'll work. So I'm going to write, first I'm going to subtract it. So it's the sine of theta tangent theta minus sine theta equals 0. I'm going to factor it. It's the most common kind of factoring, is just to take something out. You're left with tangent theta minus 1. Do you remember this thing from the beginning of the year when I said if you have something times something equals 0, if you set them both equal to 0, you'll have 2 answers? So we've got sine of theta equals 0, then also the tangent of theta minus 1 equals 0. So first we have to figure out where the sine of theta equals 0. So look at your unit circle right now and see where the sine of theta equals 0. Talk to your partner. I've heard 180. Is it 0 or is it 360? Which one do we call it? 0, because 0's included and 360 isn't. Remember, that's what their delineation they're making. That's 2 answers so far. What about this one?
You define what tangent theta equals 1.
Right, so I'm going to add 1 to both sides. Thank you, Tegan. Did you do the posters? Cool. So we're seeing where tangent of theta equals 1. Do you already know? Tell me.
45 or 245?
Right, that square root of 2 over 2 where they're both square root of 2 over 2, but they both have to be positive. So it has to be 45 degrees and, or they're both negative and then 225. So we got 4 answers for that one. Not so bad yet? Carly's like, yeah, right, it's going to get worse. And she's right, it is, but not that bad. Example 3. Tangent squared x plus tangent x minus 2 equals 0. This time, interval 0 to 2 pi, bracket, and then parentheses. I'd love to give somebody a prize for an idea right now.
Did you factor out the tangents?
Let's just say right now this was instead x squared plus x minus 2 equals 0. Do you see how that's just a factorable x problem? Do you guys remember how to do x problems? And if you don't worry, we're going to remember because you do have a final in here. By the way, the final we'll study for about a week, and there are 26 problems on the final, and you get to cross 3 of them off the final without any repercussions. Or you can try all of them and I'll cross off your worst 3. Or a mixture, okay? Because I realize there are going to be some things you don't remember, but let's not let it be this. So what number goes on top? -2 on the bottom? 1. That middle number. Maybe you're thinking about a box instead. So what multiplies to get -2 but adds to get 1? Gustavo? 2 and -1. Which Chase immediately whispered. But you don't want to say it, do you, Chase? That'd be so embarrassing if you were doing math right in math class. Okay, but what's wrong with this? It's not x, right? So it's actually tangent of x plus 2. I'm also going to set them both equal to 0 while I'm at it. Tangent of x minus 1 equals 0. So this is tangent of x equals -2, and tangent of x equals 1. Okay, we know this one. Where does the tangent of x equal 1?
45.
But this one's in radians. Pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. Three pi over 4 isn't because that would be -1. Where's tangent equal to -2? Is there one on here? No? So here's how we figure this out. Inverse tangent on your calculator. First we have to, everybody look up, make sure, go to mode. We're in radians for this problem, not in degrees. Otherwise your answer is super wrong. And we're gonna go second tangent, which is inverse tangent, and then type in -2, make